Hi, everybody. It is October 3rd, and I don't know if you remember, but yesterday, 2 days ago, or something, I don't know, I decided I was going to, check throughout a very difficult book in the Bible to see if I can really make any connections, find God in my life. Because, I'd been led to different books in the Bible that, I think God has been leading me to, and it's always got some really interesting connections to my life. So I don't know if it was me or God, but I decided to try Leviticus because I'm like, okay, if you can do this with get Leviticus, you can do it with anything. And then the first, it was really good. Well, I was reading through it today, basically Leviticus 1 through like 9, the books, not just verses, like 1 through 9. And it was all about sacrifices. It was terribly interesting to me because obviously that's not the way that we do things now. And I just have more questions about that for current Jews today than I have any answers for. But it was so specific. And, it had different type of animals and the different ways to do it and the different types of offerings you could be giving: a peace offering, a sin offering, a guilt offering, and what you need to do and where you put stuff and who's allowed to do it. And then it went on about the ordination of Aaron and his sons to be priests that could do all these sacrifices. And I just kept going. The specificity of it just amazed me. And thinking back, I just got done with Romans before this, and Paul kept referring to the law and what it did for people, and it's okay to follow, or because the law reveals sin, and the wages of sin is death, which is why you need the sacrifices. And I'm just like, and wondering, what I kept wondering is like, okay, we have the ultimate sacrifice now with Jesus Christ, and that's why we don't have to do these things anymore. But at the time, I'm wondering, like, what if you didn't do it? How do you know that that's what, God said to do and so forth? And that's what kept thinking. I'm like, why go through all these steps? Who's going to really know? And then right at the end of chapter 9, after he ordinated Aaron and his sons were ordained, and they had sacrifice and so forth. It said in verse 24, and fire came out from before the Lord and consumed the burnt offering and the pieces of fat on the altar. And when all the people saw it, they shouted and fell on their faces. So God made it known, yes, this is what I want you to do. Um, just like, when Jesus was baptized, he said, this is my son in whom I'm well pleased. So God did make known that's what he wanted, just like he's trying, to me, I guess, make known that, yes, this is the path that he has for me in looking for him every day. So some people say Leviticus was boring. So far, I find it intriguing. Um, just because of the culture difference and what was expected is just mind blowing. So I'm going to stick with Leviticus and see what I learn. It's a very interesting ride. And maybe that's the whole point with God, is learning his character, learning his past. As a historian, I love that. And the more you learn about somebody, even your Lord, your deity, the creator of the universe, the better your relationship can be. And so I guess that's my tie to finding God. Finding God in Leviticus is really interesting because he was very present for the people then in a completely different way that he is for us now. I think I much prefer the Holy Spirit than having to do that. So I'm going to keep trucking forward. It's a lot more interesting than I would have believed and very revealing.